Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name's GBay99, and today I would love to talk to you guys about the big news that we heard a number of hours ago, that Summoner's Rift is going to be receiving a massive visual update. We've received a number of visual updates over time. If you take a look at how League was in its beta phase, we can see the game's very different than what it is now, but this is a huge update that I am super excited for, and I would love to take some time to talk about the analysis, a little bit of analysis for the gameplay trailer that we've seen, and maybe even a little bit of speculation on what I'd like to see on the map when it's finally released. There will be a few links in the description for those of you who haven't heard or seen any of this, the FAQ that Riot released along with the announcement, along with the official video, which has already reached like 1 million views on YouTube within 10 hours. It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Firstly, there are two major questions that people are asking when they saw this new visually updated Summoner's Rift. Number one, will performance drop? And number two, will the gameplay change at all? Firstly, for the performance question, Riot has happily stated that by the time it's released, nobody should have any FPS drops or any gameplay changes. The game shouldn't slow down for you basically whatsoever. The game should be as optimized, if not more so, than the current Summoner's Rift, although currently it does take a little more RAM, a little more memory to run at the same speed that you're running it now, so you might want to keep that in mind if you're a public beta environment tester. But other than that, everything should be the same by the time it's ready. The same is going to go for the gameplay as well, which is really nice to hear. All the areas that you could flash over or jump over as Nidalee or Riven should all be the exact same. Nothing will change on the gameplay front, except for a few updates to Baron and Dragon, where they feel more consistent when you attack them, as well as feeling more epic when you're facing them as these giant boss monsters of the map, which I'm certainly excited to see, and I'm sure most other people are as well. Enough FAQ though, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. The first thing that everyone's going to notice is the art style is vastly different than the League of Legends that we've been playing on for the past 3 or 4 years. Right now you can see there's a little bit less color. It's almost like a Dota 2 style gameplay, or a Dota 2 style art style, I guess, but everything still feels very distinctive. There's still plenty of color throughout the map, and there's all sorts of details that I'd love to point out. There are a number of people that are a little bit wary because they think it's too much like Dota 2, or that it's just not, it doesn't have the same sort of cartoony feel, I guess, that League has had for the past 4 years. But in the end, Riot has actually stated that by toning down the colors, or the color range at least, on the map, players are going to be able to distinguish abilities and have much clearer team fights, and overall have an improved gameplay experience, where instead of, if you take a look at some of the early gameplay videos, things just look crazy. You could hardly distinguish abilities within all the bright colors of the map and the champions and everything. All of that should be fixed. Everything should be very distinctive with this update, but they're still definitely open, they've stated, to adding more color into the map if players really want it, as long as it doesn't interfere with gameplay. The second thing that I noticed when I was taking a look at the map was the map feels a lot less like a static battlefield and more like an area within Runeterra, more like an open, living, breathing world that has a lore and a history behind it, rather than just a map that we have the LCS matches on, rather than just a static area on the ground. If you take a look at the outskirts, the areas on the corner of the screen, you can see that this version of Summoner's Rift seems to be floating above the ground, and there's even a moment where you can see a dragon fly by. I am definitely looking forward to see these outskirts areas. You can see water falling on certain, just everything, all the detail is so beautiful. I could go on for hours. One thing in particular that I would love to see Riot add in is maybe an Easter egg in all this room that they now have to work with on the outskirts. You know how they had the cancelled champions, a number of cancelled champions in the bottom right hand corner of the 2010 Harrowing map? It would be awesome if they could throw in an item or a champion or a character from the lore that occasionally appears or flies by in these little outskirts in the sky. It looks like, and I'm just definitely looking forward to just staring at the map, to be honest, waiting for minions to spawn. Speaking of spawning, the respawns for all of the camps look very, very cool. That is definitely the highlight of the video for me, and probably for a lot of other people. The dragon in particular was really cool to see. This is the respawn animation, I guess you would say, for the dragon. Just imagine playing a game where the dragon's down, both teams are sort of guarding around the dragon pit because they know it will be spawning soon. They're deciding whether to poke or just engage, hard engage, or even maybe start the dragon by the time it spawns. And then you just feel the tension in the air as you both see the dragon perch on the back wall staring at you, roaring as he's about to jump in and as you're about to make your decision. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing whether any of that would happen. That would be amazing to watch in the LCS, and it just gives the map a lot more character. We have everything from this awesome dragon respawn to Baron popping out of the ground to the wolves, even something as small as the wolves popping out of their den, which all of it looks amazing, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it is when it goes live for everyone on the public client. But more importantly than anything, I think this just showcases all the amazing talent that we have at Riot Games. If we take a look at stuff like the Howling Abyss, of course, and the new Twisted Treeline map, we can see just how atmospheric they can make a map. There's been a number of times when I was playing ARAM on the Howling Abyss, and one of the giant chunks of the bridge just sort of fell away the way that it does, and I wondered whether they'd be able to create that sort of feel in Summoner's Rift, the feeling of depth and character and atmosphere that they are able to create in all of these awesome maps that they've made, and it looks like they've definitely accomplished their job with this new Summoner's Rift, which I'm looking forward to playing immensely, and I cannot wait to test it out on the public beta environment. I know I'll be getting on as soon as possible, and I will be following, giving feedback to Riot with all of the concurrent updates that they continue to pull out. This is looking very, very cool, and for those of you who are interested in following this, I believe Riot has stated that they're going to be hosting a number of Q&As, a number of taking a lot of feedback, basically. So if there are any overbearing glares, just huge errors, you know, I doubt that there are, but in case there is something that the community wholeheartedly disagrees with, it should be removed by the time it's officially released. So I am looking I'm just so looking forward to this map. This has left me speechless. I didn't see this coming at all, so I'm looking forward to playing this. I hope you all are too. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.